Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu5 and this is, as you can see, a Holga wide angle pinhole camera, a wide pinhole camera. And I don't know much about pinhole cameras other than the fact that they don't have a lens. This is not a lens, this is literally a hole in there. I shouldn't have any exposures there, but I can't open this up because it has film in it, and I need to actually rewrite or take up some of this film to get to the first exposure or potential exposure. But right now this is kind of safe mode. I have film in it, but it's not on an actual slide of film, so I can open this theoretically. But this is probably one of the simplest cameras you can get, and you can actually make pinhole cameras out of random objects, cardboard boxes, soup cans, Pringle cans. You know, literally the most important part of a pinhole camera is the hole, and you can literally use a pin or a safety pin to make that hole. And with these homemade cameras, all you have to do is hold your finger in front of the hole, expose, and then cover it back up and put the camera in a dark bag and safely remove the film or photo paper and then get it developed or develop it yourself. But I decided to get a Holga wide angle, and I was really looking forward to testing this out at the beach. That was my main goal, was to test a pinhole camera at the beach, and I am both surprised and disappointed and satisfied, if that makes any sense. By the way, this has no viewfinder. You have this to kind of frame your shot with, and you have to have this on a tripod because you don't want it moving. But these are the pictures I took at the beach. This is on the seawall in Galveston. This is the seawall. This is something they had on the beach, and this is a pier that I was fishing at. And there is the sun, and depending on how much light there is, you have to hold the exposure button or the shutter button for 5 seconds, 9 seconds, 13 seconds, up to 45 minutes if you're indoors. And I think I might have held this on too long. I think that's why it's dark, is I held it on too long, or the shutter on too long. This is a cool picture. A little bit fuzzy, which I think pinholes are known to being fuzzy, having a lot of noise in them and stuff. But this is a beach that we're fishing at. There was my friend Daniel, the boss, as I sometimes refer to him. I refer to him as Boss, my Native American guide from the tribe of Mexico. And I got that picture of him. Here's another one, the same beach, just the opposite, to the right of the beach instead of the left. And there he is fishing. Got some driftwood here, the beach, the water, and somewhat decent picture. I need to do more experimenting with this camera on different exposure times. But yeah, there's that same picture. A little bit brighter, not as quite as dark at the seawall in Galveston. And this is just me kind of taking the picture of the water. I was very interested to see how the pinhole will capture waves. This picture didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to, but it was a nice little experiment. And this is probably my favorite picture. This is the port, the ferry port at Galveston. This is by far the sharpest photo that I have. And you got the ferry over at Galveston. We got, I guess this is a port as well. We're on some retaining rocks or retaining wall. And there was my Native American guide from the tribe of Mexico tying up his lure to go fishing, or his bait, a hook and bait. And this is by far my favorite photo. It's the cleanest. You have the most things going on. And it, to me, is beautiful. And I want to share that with you. I showed that I had these Holgas, and I had a couple of people who were interested. I don't think the majority of you are interested, but photography is something that I'm very interested in. That's why I bought this camera right here, the Canon 90D, to get those really sharp pictures. And I put a picture of the one that I took with this in the video now. But I always liked photography, never pursued it as a hobby, and up until now. And when you take pictures, you want to share them. So I thought I'd share these wide-angle pinhole photos. And by the way, you can kind of see it here. He's kind of transparent right there and stuff. A lot of times you'll see in old Victorian photos a transparent person, or you'll see a person, or you might see a person that's more solid looking and a person that's more transparent or ghostly looking. And that could be one of two things. It could be that they were moving while the pinhole was being exposed, or it could be a double exposure. And with these Holgas, and like this, and the Holga that the other Holga that I have, you have the ability to do double exposures to get really cool effects. So that's it. That's the video. Thank you for watching. I'm Asatsu5, and I'm out.